Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Radio Public, Breaker, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 16 coming soon. Yo! Whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just watched Long Shot. It stars Seth Rogen, Charlize Theron, O'Shea Jackson Jr., June Diane Raphael, Ravi Patel, Andy Serkis, Bob Odenkirk, and Alexander Skarsgård. I almost forgot. It is directed by Jonathan Levine. He directed The Whackness, 50-50, Warm Bodies, The Night Before, and Snatched. There might be one or two others I'm forgetting, but that's the gist of what he's directed, man. If you want to get a shout out in my review of maybe The Hustle, maybe Detective Pikachu, maybe John Wick Chapter 3, stay tuned to the end of the video to figure out how you can do that. You got Seth Rogen, who is a journalist. He's Seth Rogen. He's a schlubby, schmucky, talented journalist who makes a business decision and bumps into Secretary of State Charlize Theron, who he has a history with, and she, I don't know, like nostalgia clicks. She looks into his work. He ends up writing speeches for her. In typical romantic comedy fashion, it goes into more than just writing speeches for her. This, I'm a huge Seth Rogen fan. I've been a Seth Rogen fan since The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Charlize Theron is one of the most talented, most attractive actresses out there presently, man. Like, I can't even tell you how many of her movies I love, man. Like, of course, Mad Max Fury Road, The Italian Job, and some would say Mighty Joe Young. Well, yeah, like, she got a lot of dope movies. Like, Mighty Joe Young was just me trying to be funny, on the real. But she, like I said, she got some dope movies, man. And I was shocked at how much I enjoyed this movie. The chemistry between Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron is off the charts. The dialogue is funny, man. It's witty. The situations they get into, like, it's a political romantic comedy. With that said, like, let me say this now before I even forget. If you get offended, if you get butthurt by political jokes, if you voted one way and that way that you voted gets made fun of, this might not be your cup of tea. If you voted the other way and that's the way that gets made fun of, this movie might not be your cup of tea if you get offended by political humor. But yeah, like, I laughed. Like, the supporting cast is dope. Like, O'Shea Jackson Jr. just keeps showing that he got chops, that he inherited Cube's chops. Like Baby Cube got chops. June Diane Raphael does a good job. She's the most unlikable character in the whole movie, but she plays that character well. I don't want to say Bob Odenkirk was wasted, but he was not really in another movie. Like, Bob Odenkirk is a great actor. Seinfeld, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, etc. His character was more cartoony than anybody else in the movie. And then Andy Serkis is borderline unrecognizable. And, like, he plays a more important part in this story than I figured he would. Like, it's dope. Like, it feel like, my only complaint is that it feels a little long. For this genre, it feels a little long in the runtime. And, like, that's the only thing I can nitpick over. Like, the cast was dope. The story was dope. It might follow the same cliche beats as whatever other romantic comedy you want to name off. But why is that a bad thing? So with all that being said, man, in my opinion, I will say that Longshot is almost dope as fuck, man. If I can update my letterbox lists for Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron, this is near the top of both of those. I like this way more than I thought going in. Honestly, like Seth Rogen got so many movies I love. This could be toward the middle, but still get a like you heard right here, man, a very high rating. Um, have you seen Long Shot? What did you think about it, man? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. Before I forget, let me shout out. Finally, somebody commented on the shout outs, and here, like the shout outs, my guy, guest down to the dollar, Justin Dillahay. Shout out Justin Dillahay, guest Avengers Endgame opening weekend, $350 million opening weekend, down to the dollar. So if you want to get a shout out in my review of, like I said, The Hustle, Detective Pikachu, or John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, how much will Avengers Endgame make in its second weekend at the box office, man? Be the first, be the closest. Get your guesses in by noon Central Time Sunday, and you will get shouted. I'm a man of my word. If I say I'm going to give a shout out, I'm going to give a shout out. So go ahead, drop a comment. Get your guesses in. Get them in on time. My man's Dillahay was close, but he made it. I've recently posted a review for Avengers Endgame. A spoiler review should be out in the next day or so. Stay tuned for that next Rec League podcast episode. Me and a couple of my boys, we gonna talk spoiler heavy in-game discussion. Hellboy, Missing Link, Shazam reviews are posted. Check those out. Like I said, Hustle, Detective Pikachu are both maybes. And then I'm definitely watching John Wick. So, man, like, subscribe, comments. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me? Watch these credits. Peace.